This NAR data behind me, NAR stands for National Association of Realtors, is what I want to talk to you about today. And it's something that most people don't realize when they are hiring a real estate agent. And honestly, it's something that a lot of agents don't even talk with each other about. The National Association of Realtors just released these updated statistics, and they confirmed something that I see all of the time in the real estate industry. So according to the latest data, the majority of licensed realtors in the United States only close a handful of transactions each year. Some do one, some do two, some don't do any. And that doesn't make them bad people, but it does matter a lot, and it should matter to you, especially if you're buying or selling property. I'm Jessica Cheriton, and I'm a realtor here in Salida, Colorado. And based on my annual transaction volume, I fall into the top 10% of realtors nationwide. When it comes to actually getting deals done, that's what you're gonna wanna look for. So, not to brag, but so you can make a smart decision about who you're going to have working for you. These key statistics from 2025 show that the typical realtor completed 10 transaction sides in 2024, meaning that that's the median number of deals that most agents reported closing. The median sales volume per agent was about 2.5 million, and the median gross income for realtors was around $58,100, which was up a bit from $55,800 the year before. About 5% of realtors reported 0 transaction sides, and in another breakdown of the data, you can see that some of those realtors didn't even stay in the business. So, less experienced agents, 2 years or less, reported a median of around 3 total transactions, and of course, more experienced agents definitely handled more transaction volume. So these numbers show that many realtors do very few deals a year. Most are right around a single-digit transaction count annually. Only a small number of agents do no transactions at all, but a very large percentage of all of us do fewer than 10 deals a year, which is far below what most full-time sellers and buyers agents do, and what most sellers and buyers would expect from their agent to have knowledge in or be working on at a time. So when you look at the typical National Association of Realtors 2025 member profile, the typical realtor closes those 10 transaction sides a year. That's the median across the entire country. But there are a lot that do fewer than that. About 5% of these realtors reported 0. And the majority of realtors do those single-digit deals. And that's not a criticism of them. It's just the reality of the industry with more than 1 million realtor members, where many are part-time supplementing their income, or they're just starting out in the industry. So this gives you a really truthful and authoritative baseline to compare your realtor that you're interviewing, compare their production against. So top 10% volume is a lot higher than the median without overstating or misrepresenting the data. The transaction volume actually matters a lot for sellers. So if you're selling the home, here's the truth for you. Pricing, negotiation, inspection issues, appraisal gaps, insurance problems, those aren't theoretical for me. They're things I'm dealing with every day, constantly. When the market shifts, and it always does, agents who don't do that many deals often don't see that market shift until it's too late, or they don't know how to advise at a high level on these issues. So high volume equals experienced agents who do this a lot and know what to look for and what to warn you about. And then they also know what buyers are actually paying, not just what they're asking for. And they can see these problems before they blow up in a contract. And this can help keep the deal together when things get messy, and it can also help keep money in your pocket. And real estate often gets messy, but it can stay simple for you with someone on your side. So if you're a buyer, it matters just as much, because in competitive markets, or even just a market with constantly tight inventory like Salida, we have to have experience to tell the difference between getting the house and losing the house and not knowing why, and knowing what terms sellers are going to respond to, and knowing when to push for more and when to sit back and say, okay, we'll take your offer, take your deal, knowing how to structure the offer so that it actually gets accepted, not just submitted. All of those things mean a lot and are better done with more experienced agents. Salida is definitely not a cookie cutter market. We have so many rural properties. We have a lot of, in the city, we have a lot of zoning and planning things going on. There's well and septic issues. There's challenges with insurance recently, and there's quirky things with zoning and things like short-term rental questions and second home buyers from out of state and how to do maintenance things on a property when you're living in another state. And you don't learn how to handle those things doing only 1 or 2 deals a year, or even 10. So the amount of experience and time in the business is actually really important. And it's not always about how long someone has been licensed. It's about how often during that licensure that they're actually in the trenches working on all of these things. Because real estate changes constantly, and agents who are actively doing deals right now are the ones that stay sharp because they have to for the transaction that they're working in at the moment. So the bottom line is, when you're choosing a realtor, you need to ask a few important questions. How many transactions do you actually close in a year? Not how many years have you been licensed, not how many friends that you have in the real estate industry, and it really doesn't matter their branding or their logo either, because the results are what matter, especially when this is one of the biggest financial decisions that you will ever make. So how many deals have you done in a year? What's your sales volume? How many people do you work with at a time if you're a buyer? Because if you're a buyer, you don't want an agent that's working with anyone that comes their way. You need to know that they can pay attention to and have time for you. So I actually have a 3-buyer rule, and maybe I'll talk about that on another video, but I take 3 buyers at a time, working within buying from 1 to 6 months so that I know they're ready to go. So that's about it for today, but I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of these statistics and had some things to think about when you're interviewing agents. I'm Jessica Cheriton here at the Salida Colorado YouTube channel, and look forward to talking to you next time.